Hello my darlings, my name is Jane and I'm going to share with you an experience that I had. So about 8 years ago I went into hospital just for a routine procedure. My blood pressure went so high and I lost the use of my legs, and then 10 months later I had a stroke and that wiped out half my memory, and then I started going through a spiritual awakening. And this is what I want to share with you. On this journey, I become a high vibrational person, and I want to help people get to that point. So let's start with my life. My childhood was fine. I was fed, watered, looked after. But I didn't really gel with my mum. I would get told off more than my siblings. You know, I was well looked after, but that was my childhood. I didn't really get on with my mother, and that went on as well into my adulthood. We just didn't get on. Then let's go with first love. So yeah, cheated on. I mean, yeah, everyone knows that's just one of the most painful things to go through, isn't it? And I found that quite difficult. My next relationship was worse. This was horrendous jealousy, and I just found myself trying to please him, not do things so he would have a go at me, but this just slowly got worse. You know, why are you wearing this today? Are you going to look for somebody else? Those kind of comments. And then finally it was getting to, if you leave me, I'm going to do something to you. And, you know, this went on for years, and I really couldn't see any way out of this. So one day I got all my blood pressure, heart tablets, and I popped them out. Yeah, and I was going to kill myself, and that's the truth. Just couldn't see any way out of that. But my daughter come round the corner, and she was only 4. I couldn't do it. I could not leave those babies. Couldn't do it. Sorry guys. Anyway, I finally found the strength to finish that relationship. And I thought, right, the next one will be fine. I'm going to finally learn all my lessons and things will be good for me. But at the beginning was fine. He liked to drink, but he said he could stop. And he did for a year, and he was lovely. But then he started drinking, and slowly it was hell again, you know, screaming at me. Just following me, you know, it was just hard. People living with somebody that drinks alcoholic, you'll know what I mean. It's just really hard. And then finally one day I went to a clairvoyant, and she says to me, am I with my soulmate? And I'm like, yeah. And she turned the tape and she said, oh no, you're not. And she's like, get rid of him, you're so talented, get rid of him. And then one day I was doing a class. I used to teach crafting, and I did a class, and he come downstairs. And when I went downstairs, he had a go at me because I was half an hour later than what he said I could be. And he chucked me out my bedroom, put me in the spare room, and he just didn't speak to me for 3 days. And then he come in after 3 days and said, right, you can come back into the bedroom now. And I'm just like, the words of that clairvoyant just was in my head. And I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm finished with this relationship. And so I got out of that one. I started my own business, which was doing pretty good. And I'm thinking, good, things are all fine again. But no. I then went in for that procedure, as I said before, lost the use of my legs, and then I had a stroke 10 months later. wiped out half my memory. So here I am in my 50s, can't walk, can't hardly think, you know, everything was just. And then I lost my business because obviously I couldn't work, and life was just the worst. And I was really depressed. I didn't show it to other people, but inside and when I was on my own, I was so depressed. And then, so my daughter, when I'd lost my legs, had moved in for a while. And she started saying to me, "Oh, angel numbers, Mum." And I'm like, "Yeah, go on then, let's read them out." And she'd read them out. And then, so that I just found fun. I wasn't into God or spiritualism or anything. However, though, I did have healing abilities. I've always had healing abilities. So that was really the only thing I ever had that was spiritual. So anyway, back on track. I started seeing the numbers, and when she moved out, I started seeing them, because before I never could. And I'm like, oh, let's see what that is. So I'd go on my phone and it would be, "You're going through a spiritual awakening, but first you must heal." And then another one, and it was always the same message, always the same, which I thought was quite strange. But anyway, okay, I'm going through spiritual awakening. But then I'd go on YouTube and I'd be looking at things, and then all of a sudden something would really take like my attention, and then I would sort of go onto it, and then that would resonate with me. I'd be thinking, yeah, that's what I'm going through, or that's what I'm doing. And then slowly, as time went through, they got me through a spiritual awakening. And when I say they, I'm referring to them, what I call them upstairs. But what I want to do with you is, because I'm hoping that people that have been through this experience as I have, I'm hoping that I can help you. And so the first thing I want to do with this video is I want you to start looking for angel numbers. And rather than just go, "Oh, 111 angel number, I know what that is," look on your phone. And that's connecting you, and then them upstairs will know, the universe will know you're going to go on your phone, and they'll send a message there. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to do the second video for the next step. But for this one, if you just literally start trying to look for angel numbers, I couldn't find them when I first started. So it may not be easy. You're looking for on your phone. I get mine on my smart meter, microwaves, anything like that. Just go on, look for your message. And then eventually, when they've realised that's where you're going to go, they will send messages for you and how to proceed forward. So do that as your first assignment, I will say. Anyway, sorry it's not such a cheerful video, this one, but I promise you I will be happier next time, and I will see you soon. Bye.